Today, I appreciate Boston holding this rally and showing your freedom. I'm here to tell you a little bit about where I come from and what I live with. I'm here today speaking. I am the executive director of Peachtree Normal in Georgia. I work for Moms for Marijuana, and I'm also working with the Normal Women's Alliance. I'm here to ask you to listen to your mother today. I'm going to talk to you because most of you are about my children's age. What about the children? This is something that our prohibitionists keep screaming at us. What about the children when we legalize weed? Well, let me tell you something about what about the children. You prohibitionists, if there are any out here, and I see maybe a few, if you want to take that high road, you can't have it anymore. I am a mother, and I say, what about the children?
That's right!
What about the children that you're pulling out of bed with guns to their head, like my daughter? What about the children that you're stealing from the parents? When the parents get caught with marijuana and CPS comes in and takes those children. We have children in medical states and in legal states that are being taken from their parents. There's a little girl named Lily. I wear a button here. She's not even 2 years old. She was taken from her father, who is a legal medical marijuana patient in Washington State, where it is also recreationally legal. They are fighting to get her back. It costs thousands of dollars to do this. Not everybody has that kind of money. I'm up here not fighting for legalization so that I can get high. I'm fighting for legalization for my kids and for everybody else's children. They are taking our children from us. They are stealing our children, and we must stop it. My niece had her children taken 8 months ago. They told me that I could not come into the courtroom because I was a marijuana activist.
Bullshit!
They didn't want me there to talk and fight for those kids. I finally gave in and went in about a month ago. The kids were returned 1 week later.
Yeah.
You have to stand up for these people in other states where things are happening. I know that y'all feel free here, but we are not free everywhere. And no one is free until we are all free. Let me talk to you real quick about the war on women. I continue to hear this in the political realm, that there is a war on women. I am here to say today the war on women is the war on drugs. It is it in a nutshell. Not only are you taking our children, you are stealing the way that our children can be educated. If our kids, 1 out of 3 today in the United States of America, 1 out of 3 of our children will be arrested for a non-violent drug offense before they hit 23 years old. Think about that. They're stealing our children's education. If they get in trouble for marijuana, they will not get any student loans. Yet the child molester and the rapist can come out of prison and get a student loan and go to college. They're also stealing our jobs. I have a woman here that came and met me in Atlanta and flew up from Iowa. She has lost her job for being a marijuana activist in Iowa. She was a wonderful teacher. She worked for her whole life, got her education, and was teaching in an alternative public education school. And she was fired for that. What about her children? Must she stand in a line and ask for food now because she was a marijuana activist? And they're stealing our lives. We have a little girl named Rachel Hoffman that was 19 or 20 years old at FSU University in Florida. She was caught with 4 ounces of marijuana. I believe that's correct. And she was asked to be a confidential informant. They didn't send her out to buy weed like she had been buying. They sent her out to buy 2,500 pills of ecstasy, a gun, and some blow, I believe. She did not make it back home. She was murdered with the gun that she was asked to buy. There's people like Rodney Graham in Atlanta, Georgia, and Katherine Johnston, a 92-year-old grandmother who had the SWAT team come in on her in a bad neighborhood. She didn't know who they were, and they shot her over 16 times. She was a 92-year-old grandmother. Get past that and think about this. Those police officers lied, and they told everybody that she had marijuana in her house, and they planted it. They're in jail now. They were brought to the light, and they are now in prison. But what I'm here to ask you from Georgia, don't rest on your laurels here in Boston because y'all have it good. If we were to light up a joint in Georgia, we may not come out of jail. We may end up dying on the floor like Rodney did because he had a kidney transplant and they would not give him his medicine. They let him lay on the floor and die. 3 days they watched him over cameras, reeling in pain and screaming for help. These are the stories that I'm here to tell. Moms for Marijuana, Normal, these people are doing good work. Please step up and help the rest of your brothers and sisters, because until we are free, you're not free either. And I've got a couple of things to say. One more thing. Thank you so much to Mass Can. Thank you, Boston, for holding this rally. And I want to say to Washington, D.C., and I want you to listen to me loud and clear. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Mobs want weed legal too.
Amen! Sister Sharon! Oh, fuck. Where'd she go?